Strictly drum and bass, make you wind up your waist.
I get influence from everything in my life, so all the experiences I've had while I've been DJing, you know, just even making a cup of tea or making some food might give me some inspiration, you know. I might get a sound or something and I'll be like, I've got to sample that. Like the other day I was going into the studio, I kind of switched on the light and it kind of went bzzz. I was like, I've got to sample that. So I got my mics out and I was like, mic up on a tripod. So yeah, I mean, I get inspiration from loads of different places. I've come a long way in a short space of time because I've had a lot of help. I was originally with like another label. And I moved over to working with D-Style, and they've kind of really pushed me and supported me through kind of the whole creative process of being an artist, and they've helped me with a great kind of brand, and so I think that's the biggest contributing factor to helping me sort of get to where I am at the moment.
Take a step back and jump, 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 bounce, 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 bounce.
Where's my money?
The process I go through when I'm creating a tune, it can take like 4 hours, or it can be, you know, a really long. It could take like 3 weeks. It just depends on the track. I mean, with Deep, for instance. Me and Jakes just went into the studio, he improvised the vocal for it like that, and then I just, you know, I had a backing track that was already there and he just did it over it, and it was just boom, really quick. The bass line to Deep goes a little bit like this. Rockstar's one of my favourite tunes because it's guaranteed to smash up any dance.
'Cause I'm a rockstar.
My part in the Evolution live show is I'm with T, so like one of the front guys, do a lot of vocals. I've done a lot of the tunes with him, so there will be an album from me on D-Style, and there'll be a few people providing tracks, but it'll probably be an in-house thing where I'll have T doing the tunes, or John, or Al, or anyone from Bristol. How Deep came about, Tom was in the studio, he was rolling a little beat and everything, and I think I just called the train to come down to see him, and he walked in the door, heard the beat, and I was like, oh, right, I think I've got something to fit that. He was like, okay, well, let's do it now. Did it in basically one take, recorded it, left all the the vibes and the little bits and all that in there, and then sent it out. A lot of people didn't understand it at first, and then Brian G was like, yeah, that's the one. I've been sending him stuff for ages as well, but on that one he was like, that's the one. He played it for a while, and then everyone else jumped on it and loved it personally. Thank you very much. Cheers. So. Well, I'll tell you what, I've got lyrics for you, right? a tune came back called Drink. It's one of our new tunes. And it was, I wrote it about a night I had out with John. I thought I could play with the big boys when it came to drinking. John's a big boy. And basically it was like, the start of this like gin, cider, whiskey, ray and rum, brandy, babes, take a breath. What no bar tap like that is a fact. That's sort of like self-explanatory, but then I go in like digital walk with a limit. Before you start arms, I suggest you think. That's just like telling you that the big boys are here to drink and don't mess about, get into it, step up to the table and drink your drink. The tune is part story as well, where I'm talking about different drinks like flaming Lamborghini, followed by the leads, all shots away and now that leads me. I don't touch JD will be queasy. One night, 3 bottles jacked in the feet. Self-explanatory. But it's still like, it takes you on a little voyage, and I like people having something to latch onto and remember as well. I think that was a good thing about Deep as well. It was, the chorus was easy to remember and easy for me to forget sometimes when you're drunk on your birthday.
Run around the dance, where's the ladies?
Originally we started D-Style, my partner Alistair and I, we started D-Style kind of maybe about 7 to 10 years ago. I can't remember specifically when it started, but a ballpark 10 years ago. And we kind of wanted to find a base and a route and kind of a direction. We couldn't find that with any kind of certain label, so we set our own thing up. And what we were always bearing in mind is we didn't want a record label that was just an artist record label for Distorted Minds to release on D-Style. It was always going to be about a team and a family. So for about 3 or 4 years it was just Alistair and I. We're just finding our feet, kind of making sure we had the manufacturing down, artwork right, marketing, branding, and then we locked that down. And then we met up with Tom TC. And we knew Jakes for quite a while before that. We did the T10 thing with him, which kind of blew up. And so yeah, we've got Tom on board, we got Jakes on board, and then kind of since that happened, we wanted to take Tom and prove that we weren't just a label for Distorted Minds. We were actually a record label. So when Tom joined us, we took him on board. He kind of took a minute to find his sound and settle down into the kind of D-Style sort of ethos, and then he did, and we concentrated a lot, and still concentrating on now the evolution thing. I guess D-Style's it's growing over the last kind of 6 months to a year. We've signed a few more artists. We've got TC, we've got Jakes, we've got Alistair, myself. We signed 2 guys from the Midlands called The Force. We run this other label called Stereotype. They're building up to a D-Style release. They've got some really great music, and we really believe in those guys. And then we just signed maybe a month ago some new guy called Eddie K, who does a lot of driving for TC and myself. He's kind of come from like a driver background. He used to drive for Fresh and Annie Mac and those kind of people. And then he's massively fan of the music. And again, he's a really nice guy, but it's very new. He hasn't been writing tunes that long, but the potential in that guy is like massive. Those guys are the newest signings that we've had. And then obviously we've got TC doing his whole Evolution album, and we've got Jakes, he's going to move on to his album. He's doing his own kind of thing that we're helping him with. He's got this hench thing that he's really big into at the moment, the whole dubstep scene, and he's really blowing up in that, so we're helping him with that project. He's got a great label idea, good marketing, good branding, good team behind that. We're trying to be a bit different with this kind of drum and bass live band thing. The band consists of TC, who's a frontman, which is kind of unheard of in drum and bass. He's up there, just Tom and a microphone, doesn't hide behind any laptop or keyboard. Might jump on a keyboard now and again and play some big hits or something. But his main thing is a frontman and a singer alongside Jakes, who's say no more about Jakes, he's massive. And then we've got another girl on vocals called Hannah Collins, which at the moment she's doing a lot of like backing vocals, and then she features in we've done a kind of a VIP mix of Rockstar, which is something Hannah features on. And then we've got drummer Enzo, who's a great guy, and then Bruce on guitar. We've got a sound guy, D-Product, Dave, who's amazing, and then I do kind of play keyboards in Ableton and that kind of stuff. As well as the artists on the label, we've got a kind of a machine behind all the artists. Early in the year 2006, we took on Gerald, who's a good friend, and he used to run a big event in Bristol called Drive By, a massive event. It's 10 years strong and all that kind of thing. He's got a massive background in the scene. He's been a real good, strong backbone. You know, I can always pick up the phone and Gerard's there, you know, with the support. And we also do this weekly night run, which I think last year we probably did about 60 events. We do a weekly and then we do some bigger things, some bigger events. But the girl that helps us there is a girl called Sally, and she's a big team player, and she's really kind of strong with the promotion and that.
Brandy. What? Oh, wait, everybody get set. Ready. Give me that. We'll break that. We'll break it down. You nearly missed a step there.